Evening, President Logan, Superintendent Thompson, members of the board. It's always a good night when we have a house full of students, and we do this evening. And we have the pleasure of recognizing the best of the best in the classroom, in the community, and some of the extraordinary adults who support them in nutrition services and in transportation as bus drivers who've been with us a long time. And it's fitting during School Bus Safety Week that we'll get to celebrate them this evening. So our first two items will allow you to hear from Assistant Superintendent for Secondary Schools, Mr. Alvarez, and friends from our central office, as well as the Real Men, Real Heroes organization, because you will get to meet our National Merit semifinalists, our commended scholars, our Hispanic scholars, and our teen heroes for this year. So without further ado, I am pleased to invite Assistant Superintendent for Secondary Schools, Gil Alvarez, to come forward and introduce you to our first two good news items.
If I could have the National Merit semifinalists and the commended scholars and Hispanic scholars please come down at this time. Well, good evening, Dr. Thompson and President Logan, members of the board. Tonight is a great night to recognize our National Merit Scholarship Program recipients. Now, there are some that have some conflicts with their activities, but we want to honor, you can stand right over here, we do want to honor our students that are part of the National Merit Scholarship Program. Last year, more than 1.5 million high school students across the country took the preliminary scholastic aptitude test, also known as the PSAT. Taking this test was the initial step of selection in the National Merit Scholarship competition. Students who score in the top 1/2 of 1% on the PSAT are designated as National Merit semifinalists and will have the opportunity to compete for substantial college scholarships. Tonight, we recognize the accomplishments of our students who have earned the status as National Merit semifinalists, National Merit Commended Scholar, and National Merit Hispanic Scholar. This year, East High School is proud to recognize their National Merit semifinalists that are with us today. The 5 National Merit semifinalists from East are, and I'm going to start with the 2 that are here today. So if you just kind of give a wave so we know who you are. So let's start with James Tran. Hold your applause till we're done. We also have Jacob Baskins. Let's give those 2 a big round of applause for being here tonight. We also have that our National Merit semifinalists from East are Maddie Coleman, Teddy Barfield, and Miles O'Neill. So we also just wanted to recognize them. In addition, students who score in the top 3.3% on the PSAT are designated as National Merit Commended Scholars. So we are proud to recognize our National Merit Commended Scholars, and these Commended Scholars from East High are Madeline Hollaby, Audrey Nye, Jasmine Qua, Aaron Reith. We also have Robert Safley, Eric Son, Eamon Syed, Jack Walsh, and Olivia Wilch, which I believe all of them right now had conflicts, but we do want to we do want to honor and recognize our commended students. So let's give them a quick round of applause. In addition, College Board recognizes about 5,000 Hispanic Latino students across the country who take and score well on the PSAT. These students are invited to apply for the academic recognition as part of the College Board's National Hispanic Recognition Program. These academically exceptional Hispanic students are designated as National Hispanic Scholars. We are proud to recognize our National Hispanic Scholars from East and Northeast Magnet High Schools. So we have Lauren Madison from East. She's right over here. And our Northeast Magnet student could not be here this evening, but it's Liliana Smith. So let's give her a round of applause. Great job. We are extremely proud of our Wichita Public School students for their academic achievements. I would now ask all parents, faculty, and staff of these outstanding students to please stand to be recognized for your partnership and work throughout the years for these students. If you would, please stand at this time so you can be recognized. Thank you.
As they go back up, we are so proud of you all. I hope you know that. It's wonderful to have your kind of academic expertise within our district. Thank you very, very much.
Want to make sure there's no other questions.
I see no other
Awesome,
questions.
thank you. Appreciate it. I'd now ask the Teen Heroes to please come on down. As they're making their way down, just a little bit about our Teen Heroes with the Real Men, Real Heroes program. Real Men, Real Heroes created the Teen Hero program in 2009, responding to a demand for younger role models they encountered during visits to Wichita Public Schools. Students who are in their junior year in high school and meet the requirements of eligibility to apply in the spring. Those selected to become a Teen Hero serve during their senior year in high school and provide peer-to-peer mentoring. We are here tonight to recognize the teens from Wichita Public Schools who have been selected to represent the Teen Hero program during the 1920 school year. So I'd like to invite Real Men, Real Hero, I believe it's Kyle, if you come forward.
Awesome, thank you. Good evening.
Good evening. Thank you for being here.
Yes, thank you for having us. So my name is Kyle Ellison. I'm the executive director for Real Men, Real Heroes. And for the past 10 years, we've had the honor of being able to select some of the best, what we feel the best teams around the Wichita area to serve our Teen Hero program, and with mentoring younger kids, predominantly our elementary and middle schools. Very, very excited about the group that we got this year, and because they're definitely an exceptional bunch already. You know, we did this last year, we'll do it again. We got our Teen Hero poster that we're giving to the district, obviously, to display, you know, at your, where you choose. And so typically we always get these posters made, and then they go out to all of the middle and elementary schools here in Wichita, as well as billboards around town. And so we'll be doing that again. What I like to do is allow the Teen Heroes to introduce themselves, if that's all right.
Hi, my name is Natalie Bazadpour.
What school, Natalie?
I go to Wichita Collegiate.
Collegiate, great.
My name is Ashton Conley, and I go to Wichita Heights.
Hello, my name is Lavette Mba, and I go to Cape and Mount Carmel.
Hi, my name is Matria Jamira, and I go to Wichita East.
Hi, my name is Mason Matney, and I go to Trinity Academy.
My name is Micah J. Hughes, and I go to Southeast High School.
My name is Xavier Bell, and I go to Andover Central High School.
My name is Tiela Mahomes, and I go to Northeast Magnet High School.
We're going to have to get a shorter microphone for you.
So I wanted to allow them to introduce themselves, and as always, just know that we do appreciate the support of USD 259, Mr. Gil Alvarez, Patty, and obviously everybody for supporting us as we continue to try to impact youth. Were there any questions for any of the young people?
I'm seeing no questions, but this is a great program because you're influencing the next group of students that are coming in through into high school, and the elementary kids that are moving to our middle schools across the region. And we really appreciate the extra time that it takes to do this. You make a difference. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, I'm sorry, there is one question. Okay. Oh, okay.
We got it.
You're free.
Before he gets away, props to our Northeast Magnet graduate, Kyle Ellison, for his leadership
Yay.
with Real Men, Real Heroes. And also, before he gets away, I don't know if Buddy Shannon has snuck out or not, but you all have seen Buddy Shannon at many BOE meetings, one of the founders of Real Men, Real Heroes. And so I would be remiss if I didn't also ask you to give a salute to Buddy for his leadership over the years. He already snuck out. We also have a Super SAC leader amongst the group. Micah from Southeast is one of our Super SAC members as well. So we have a pretty awesome bunch of young people in our district. So now we get a chance to recognize the adults that support the students that you just had an opportunity to meet. I think that we need a new wall in the Nutrition Services office to hang all of the awards that this amazing team of leaders continues to receive, honoring the great work that they've done to help us fulfill the goals of our strategic plan and their commitment to ensure that students get the nutrition they need and have really good food to eat as they go through the school year. Several of us had a chance to go eat lunch last week at Curtis, and I know that many of you had the chance to enjoy school lunch week last week, and I had some really good food. And Curtis may well see me more than one time throughout the year. So I'm pleased to invite Fabian Armendariz forward, our Division Director of Operations, who will tell you more about the Kansas Can Best Practice Award that our Nutrition Services team has received.
Welcome, Fabian. We're glad to see you.
Thank you. Good evening. First, I'm going to warn you, I went to Mexico last week, and my accent tends to get a little bit thick when I speak Spanish all the time. So if you hear a little bit of gibberish, just tell me to slow down a little bit. So. Good evening, President Logan, Vice President Rhodey, Superintendent Thompson, and members of the board. Before I begin, I wanted to call the members of our Nutrition Services present tonight to step down so that we can recognize them for the phenomenal job that they do. While they make their way down, I would like to read their vision statement because I believe it really showcases the alignment that this group, this leadership group has done to ensure that they align with our strategic plan. Their vision statement reads, Nutrition Services will provide the fuel to inspire, transform, and empower all students to dream, believe, and achieve. Having been in my current role for a year and a half, I can tell you that these individuals, through their leadership and all 425 other employees that they supervise, truly epitomize this, and they work tirelessly day in and day out to ensure that they accomplish this vision. So much so that during the August 13th State Board of Education meeting, the Wichita Public Schools was recognized with the Kansas Can Best Practices Award. This award recognizes school districts for a more student-focused system that provides support and resources for individual success. Our district received this award because of the great work that our Nutrition Services Department did during the 2018-19 school year to increase breakfast participation via innovative delivery methods. A lot of that work was done because of these individuals in front of you today. Thanks to their effort, breakfast participation rose 36% across the 18 schools that implemented alternative breakfast delivery models, and they served more than 1,500 more students a day. As you can see, as you will be able to see through the presentation later this evening, they continue to expand their service scope, and I'm excited about some of the things that we have coming in the forefront thanks to their leadership. But today we want to recognize these leaders for their work that they did to expand these opportunities across our district. So if I can have President Logan and Dr. Thompson to please come up so that we can recognize these individual leaders for their work. First, our Supervisor of Secondary Programs, Jeff Faulkner. Next, Julie Martin, who's our Assistant Supervisor of Secondary Programs. Adria Katzenmeyer, who is our Supervisor of Elementary Programs. And I would be remiss to mention, if I didn't mention Megan Bernard, who helped support our district as the Assistant Supervisor of Elementary Schools. She has since left us and is now working as a director in the May School District. Grace Liss, our Assistant Director. And last but not least, Mr. David Paul, who is our Director of Nutrition Services. Along the same line, we'd also like to thank the cafeteria managers at all the schools, as well as our food service staff, delivery drivers, school administration who's greatly supported these efforts, and staff across these 18 schools that made this work happen. And last but not least, we also want to thank you all for your continued support of the great work that they do. And we look forward to continuing to expand opportunities and continue to update you in the future as we do these things. So thank you all very much.
We couldn't do it without you all. Thank you very, very much.
Last but not least, for good news, I'm pleased to invite Lisa Riveros and her friends from our bus company, First Student, to make their way forward. It was perfect timing that this is National School Bus Safety Week and that Governor Kelly has proclaimed Wednesday this week as School Transportation Appreciation Day. We didn't want to let the opportunity go unnoted to celebrate drivers who have for decades, taken care of our students by transporting them all over our community. I'm sure that they could tell you about more orange cones and construction projects in our community than almost anyone could. And it is our pleasure tonight to introduce you to those drivers who have extraordinary longevity and who we invite you to take the opportunity to celebrate. So without further ado, our final good news item with Lisa Riveros, Director of Transportation.
Hi, Lisa.
Hi, good evening, President Logan, Vice President Rohde, Dr. Thompson, and members of the board. We are excited to be here today. This Wednesday is School Transportation Appreciation Day, and this week is National School Bus Safety Week. To align with these great events, tonight we want to recognize some of the extremely valuable assets to the Wichita Public Schools. Each of these individuals that we will recognize tonight dedicates their time and talent to make sure our students are safely transported on school buses to places where they'll dream, believe, and achieve. First, we would like to recognize the two ladies that have served our district for 20 years as bus monitors. Please give it up for Daniela I'd like to take just a second to talk about Daniela. This year, Daniela works with students at Allison, Southeast, and Allen. Daniela is friendly and she loves her job. Her teammates say she is dependable and will always go above and beyond for our kids. Our students say that they make her laugh. Thank you, Daniela. Next, we have Janice. Janice has also served for 20 years as a bus monitor. Janice serves on a shuttle run that takes our students to the Kansas School for the Deaf and the Kansas State School for the Blind. Both of these are in Kansas City. She basically works 6 days a week. She also helps out anywhere that our students need her. Her teammates describe her as efficient, keeping safety first and foremost, and she's really great at building relationships. Thank you for your 20 years of service. The final transportation recognition of the night is for Minnie McGill. Please give it up for Minnie. Minnie started serving Wichita Public Schools as a bus driver in October 1989. So she has served our district as a bus driver for 30 years. Our students that she first served are now in their 40s. She has driven big buses. She's driven big buses and minibuses and wheelchair buses. She's driven them all. If you ever get the opportunity to talk with Minnie, she knows so much about our city and our district. It's very, very interesting. This year, Minnie serves students at Northeast Magnet, Southeast, Mueller, and Gammon. She is an amazing woman and an amazing bus driver. Her teammates describe her as being very dependable, having that great big heart, and also she enjoys a little bit of fun at work. She's kind of a prankster. Thank you, Minnie, for your 30 years of service. Now, I would like to ask the family members of the individuals that we recognize tonight to please stand up. I would also like to recognize members of the First Student Management Team and the USD 259 Transportation Team. Please stand. A big thank you to all these great people for getting our 16,000 kids on buses to school each and every day. Thank you.
You all do a job that I could not do, and I greatly appreciate it because you keep our kids safe, and you all have stories to tell, I'm sure.